Do you love getting great referrals, but feel kind of awkward asking for them to the point that you don't? But then do you watch other professionals thrive, opening doors for each other, making things happen, and wonder, well, why not me? I'm here to tell you that there's a way to make getting referrals, introductions, and opportunities so much easier without being awkward and without feeling weird about how you go about it. I want you to know how thoughtful professionals get great intros fast, easily, and with a ton of confidence. So by the end of today, you're going to go from missing out on opportunities to becoming a complete joy to refer, everybody's favorite person to introduce to their network. And I'm going to give you my exact 3 sentence strategy to make it happen without feeling pushy. Let's do it. Welcome to the Establish Yourself podcast, the show that helps coaches and consultants get clear on how to talk about what you do, simplify your offers, and have more fun in your business and beyond. I'm Annie Franceschi, brand strategist, author, former Disney storyteller, and forever Muppet fan. I'm here to help you clarify your message, package your expertise, and streamline your systems to grow a business you actually enjoy. If you're ready for less confusion and more magic, it's time to establish yourself. As you know, I used to work for the Walt Disney Company, and there I learned something that I take with me every single day in the work I do now as a consultant. Everything is how you tell the story. If you can't tell your story well, you're not ready when opportunity knocks on your door. A few years ago, I figured out how to be equipped to respond to potential opportunities quickly, clearly, and confidently in a way that makes it easy for others to connect me to the right people when they want to help. Let me give you a real example. This fall, the first week of September, I got an email out of the blue from someone I used to work with. They said, "Hey, I know somebody who's putting together an event. They need someone to do a talk on packaging. Would you be interested?" Now, I could have gotten that email and been like, "Oh, maybe, I don't know, let me think what I can do." And I could have let it sit in my inbox for a few hours or even days, but I didn't. I was able to respond in less than 2 minutes. And I was able to do that because I had a ready to go cut and paste intro that made it super easy for this person to pass my name along to the organizer. And wouldn't you believe it, just 2 weeks later, I was the one standing in front of a room of 75 perfect fit clients at this event, speaking on a stage where I was the only person doing what I do in the lineup. Now, I am fairly certain that this person emailed more than just me, right? She probably sent a note to 5 or 10 people in her network, but I was the first to respond. And I was the one who got that opportunity in front of all those incredible people and booked a perfect fit client in less than 5 days afterward. That magic, that ability to follow up quickly when someone is thinking of you or wants to open a door for you, I call that follow up magic. But I know too often, so many of us, we miss out on these kinds of moments. And it's not because we're not talented, not because people don't want to help us, but because we're just not ready. We don't have a system or a plan when that door cracks open. So here's the truth: the person who gets the opportunity isn't always the most qualified. It's often the person who replies first, replies clearly, and makes that introduction super easy to make. So, the big question here: how can you become that person? To answer that, let's look at exactly what happens in these real life networking moments and exactly where people tend to drop the ball. I want you to imagine that you're going to a networking event and you are out there and you talk about what you do, and somebody identifies that as, "Wow, that's incredible. I love what you're doing. I was just on a podcast. Let me connect you to Jane, who runs the show, because I think you might make a great guest if she's looking for guests. Let me see if Jane would want an intro." If somebody were to offer that connection to Jane to you, who owns the follow-up? Is it that connector? Let's call him Steve. Is it Steve or is it you? Here is what most thoughtful here's what thoughtful, successful professionals know time and time again. It's you. It's you every time, 100% of the time. And here's why. If you leave the ball in Steve's court or any potential connector's court, here's what is likely to happen. One, they may not know that the ball is in their court. Steve might be thinking, well, if that person wants a connection, they're going to reach out to me. I'm going to wait to make sure that they really want this before I make the follow up. And people don't always say what they're thinking or how they're thinking about who's owning this responsibility. Two, we are human and humans forget things all the time. You do not want Steve or any potential connector to forget about you. And three, it feels like work to them. Introducing someone to someone else via email, that takes brain power. It takes remembering who you met, finding their information, checking with somebody like Jane, seeing if she's even accepting guests. It's not that people don't want to help. It's just when we leave it in their court, it starts to feel like homework. And I know personally when I get stuff added to my plate, even if it's stuff that I want to do or I even volunteered to do, I still can feel overwhelmed by it. And when I feel overwhelmed, I'm going to put stuff off. And life gets busy. I may not get around to it for a couple of weeks because I've got a million competing priorities. You may have seen this happen when somebody has offered to do something for you and then they don't do it for a few weeks or they never do it. I want to talk to you about how we're going to fix that today. The bottom line here is that when and if you assume that the person who wants to open a door for you is going to own that task outright from that moment that they say, hey, I'm happy to help, then you are going to miss out on opportunities. Opportunities will come to you more slowly. You're just going to get less of them. So how do we fix it? Here's the first step. You own the follow-up. You own that follow-up 100% of the time. Now, it will be amazing if the person who offered to connect you has already done it before you get to opening your inbox and sending a note. You didn't have to do anything, fine. But I want you to say to yourself that I'm going to take care of this regardless. Because in my experience, thoughtful professionals, people who are successful and authentic and incredible relationship builders, they do this thing that's really important. They practice follow-up magic. And that means they follow up fast. You're going to hear from them usually the same day, within a few hours. They make introductions easy. They make it super easy for whoever's offering to help them, and they confidently share what they do as part of the follow-up. They don't expect that, Steve became an expert on you. They provide Steve with the information. So here's how you want to think about it. The first thing you want to do is you want to send your follow-up fast. If Steve is offering to connect you to Jane that same day as quickly as you can, I would say within a few hours, you want to act on this. You want to send an email that's like, incredible to meet you. Thank you so much for the kind offer to connect me with Jane. I know you may have to check with her, but here is a cut and paste paragraph you can use or change to make that intro fast and easy if Jane would like to connect. And you include a paragraph about yourself. I keep this pretty short, 2 to 3 sentences. You're going to follow up and send that quick email and equip them with the language that you want them to use. That's going to make everything really easy for Steve, right? Steve can now just copy and send that paragraph to Jane. And because you made it so easy, you're more likely to get that opportunity quicker. So the second piece, you've sent the follow-up fast. Now you want to make sure you have your clear referral message. That's that paragraph I was talking about. I call this statement, those 3 sentences that I'm about to share with you, a clear referral message. Let me share mine with you so you can hear what this can sound like. Hey, I think you might enjoy connecting with Annie Franceschi of Greatest Story Creative, a former Disney storyteller and brand strategist of 12 plus years. Annie's known for brand consulting and speaking to help you clarify and package your expertise and confidently grow your business, one that's streamlined and actually fun to run. To learn more, I'd be happy to make an intro, or you can set a free time to talk with Annie at greateststorycreative.com. Now, if I was in this example where Steve wanted to help me get on a podcast, I might tweak that first sentence a little bit when I was going to send this over to him. So I might have said something like, hey, Jane, if you're looking for future guests, I was thinking you might really enjoy talking with Annie Franceschi of Greatest Story Creative. Da, 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 da. That's the idea. To have this paragraph, this 3-sentence version of who you are so that it is so easy. But that's the idea, to have this paragraph right in your back pocket, having it ready to go. Write it once and you'll have it ready so that when people offer to make great introductions for you, you don't have to overthink it. And here's why following up like magic works so much better. 1, your potential connector is going to feel amazing. Somebody like Steve is going to feel so valued and appreciated that you took the time to send this follow-up their way. You made it easy for him. He's going to be able to trust you more, feel more confident, introducing you to other people in his network. That's a network he's probably built over years, right? He cares a lot about those relationships. It's going to make him look good and make his life easier because you're being so professional about it. You're not putting any homework on him. And like functionally, that's going to make this introduction so fast. If you send Steve literally this paragraph, he can just cut and paste and send over to Jane. Guess what he is more likely to do? He's going to send it to Jane. He's not going to overthink it because you took a task that could take him 20, 30 minutes to remember to do it in the next few weeks. If it takes him less than a minute, he's probably going to do it. The result here is that you get better referrals and opportunities faster than ever. Now, I know this can sound good, but there are a lot of elephants that come into the room. There are a lot of good reasons why people don't own the follow up and why maybe you haven't taken these steps in the past. I know one is that you maybe don't want to bother people, that this can feel like bothering people. Someone offered to help me, but did they really mean it? It can be really uncomfortable asking for help, asking for favors. So we don't want to put ourselves in that position. And we think, well, they'll follow up if they really want to help. But I've recently heard some incredible statistics around asking for help, why it's hard, and how we need to rethink that. There are two things I want to share with you that I heard on the We Can Do Hard Things podcast. I'll put a link to the episode in the show notes, but there's an incredible episode all about help and how it's difficult to ask for, but why we need to ask anyway. And one huge thing I learned is that there has been research that confirms that the average person underestimates how much someone else wants to help them by 50%. That means that on average, if a person wants to help us, they are actually twice as interested in helping us as we perceive them to be. So we really don't have much of a great concept of how much people really want to help us, and we tend to downplay it, right? The other piece that we want to keep in mind is that there's something called the helper's high. So when givers give, they experience a helper's high. You feel good when you give to others. So when somebody offers to open a door for you, give you something, give you a client lead, they're not doing that under duress in most cases, and they stand to benefit significantly. But here's where I want to lower the boom about this and get you to embrace something. What actually hurts you and bothers people is not following up on the thing that they offered. When you don't follow up, if you basically let the ball stay in their court and you don't make things easy on them, you're actually giving them work and you're not valuing the generosity that they're extending to you. If you want to take them up on it or you just want to say thank you and maybe now's not the right time, this is an opportunity for you to help them help you. And it's really, really important to do that because, as we've already shared, this is how to make introductions faster and easier to create stronger connections and relationships. And we want to make people feel really good about their offer to give. So if you want to make sure that people get that helper's high and you genuinely appreciate their willingness to open doors for you, you want to make helping as easy as possible. Help them help you. Now, I know it gets really tricky to know what to say, and that's the other piece of it. It's like, well, I'm willing to send the note, but what the heck do I say in it, Annie? And I have spent the better part of 12 years getting clear on how to talk about what I do and helping clients do the same. It is really hard to clearly talk about what you do. We think, well, what do I even say in that referral paragraph? I'm excited to tell you that I have created a free tool that will do this for you. You can literally click into it the moment that this episode ends. It's called the Referral Message Creator. The Referral Message Creator is going to help you stop overthinking what to say in these instances. It's going to literally generate the paragraph for you. It does not run on AI. It actually runs on a template I created for myself and for my clients that I have used for more than 5 years. I will put a link to it here in the show notes. And this is an incredible interactive tool that will ask you a series of about 7 questions and then create that 3-sentence paragraph. It'll send it right to your inbox so you have it ready to go today. You can tweak it to make it your voice, but if you've ever taken a survey, you can take this. In just a matter of minutes, you're going to get your custom, clear, confident referral message, a clear, personalized paragraph you can send anytime somebody offers to introduce you to someone in their network. If someone's offering to open a door for you, you don't have to overthink this anymore. You're going to look like the thoughtful professional you are because you're going to have exactly the right thing to say in your back pocket. So I'd encourage you to go give it a spin. It's at greateststorycreative.com/message, and it's completely free, a tool I've built just for you. By the way, I also speak on how to create follow-up magic. So if you have been listening to this episode and wish that I could come give it as a workshop or a keynote for your group, your mastermind, your conference, your event, I do this for both business audiences as well as broader audiences. I have a version of this where we can create a referral paragraph for those who are looking for jobs, for those who are leaders within their companies and corporate professionals. So if that's of interest and you are booking speaking engagements for next year, feel free to reach out to me. Because if you love this episode, I literally do these trainings live, both as virtual meetings and in person. And it is so exciting to be able to create that referral paragraph live in the room and walk out of the room with a really strong, tangible takeaway. And speaking of takeaways, let me pull all this together for you so you can walk away and know exactly how thoughtful professionals follow up. And you are going to master that strategy too. Here is how to follow up like magic. MAGIC. M, make it yours. Always remember, always own the follow up. A is act fast. Opportunities come to those who are ready and prepared for them. Act within minutes or hours, and you will see more opportunities come your way. G, give and trust. Give and trust that people want to help. If we trust that people genuinely want to help and we help them help us, everybody wins. I, include your referral message. You make that connection easy by setting them that cut and paste paragraph. And if you don't know what to say, try out my referral message creator at greateststorycreative.com/message. And last but not least, C, create true connection. That's the thing that I think is missing from so much that's taught about networking. When you do this process, when you always own the follow up, when you thank people, when you take them up on their generosity and you honor it by making it easy to open doors for you, you are going to not just get opportunities, you are going to create and build and honor relationships. That tends to be the difference between just meeting somebody random at a networking event and that person becoming a core part of your business, maybe even your life. Not just a connection, but a dear friend. And just this past week, I was at lunch surrounded by 4 other women who are super connectors. They're incredible people. I'm lucky that all of them have become clients of mine. Many of them are clients of each other. And it's because they all value true connection. And they all follow up like this. They really get the dynamics of when somebody offers to connect you, to make your life better by bringing people together, that everybody wins. And I want you to win. I want your business to thrive. And I want everybody to know how great you are. Because when you're ready and you're equipped, everybody wins when you follow up like magic. Hey, do you like surprises? The credits are about to roll, but just like a Marvel movie, stick around to the end for something I put in just for you. Thanks for listening to the Establish Yourself podcast. I'm Annie Franceschi, and if you're enjoying the show, it would mean so much to me if you follow it, leave a quick rating, or share it with a friend. And for free branding resources and more ways to work together, head to greateststorycreative.com/podcast. Now here it is, your moment of magic. I know it's the holiday season and a lot of us are shopping, and I thought this is a perfect opportunity to make sure you know about Faith Teasley with Saltwater Collection. If you are a beach lover, if you love the North Carolina coast, if you are a fine art photography fan, you need to know about Saltwater Collection. I'll put the link here in the show notes, but Faith has an incredible fine art photography book she created called Saltwater. She has documented the entire North Carolina coast, which, to my knowledge, there is no photography book like it that documents the entire state's beautiful coastline. She even, got up in a helicopter to capture these beautiful prints. She also has prints available and other products as well. But I would, encourage you to check that out. Faith, if you've ever admired my photography for my website or our family photos, I lovingly refer to her as our life photographer. But there is no greater gift for someone who has a beach house or just loves the serenity that comes from looking at fine art images of the coast. So be sure to check out Saltwater. And Faith also happens to be a diehard podcast listener. So I'm really excited for you to hear this. She doesn't know that I'm putting this in, but I love you, babe.